Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is me, your English language instructor Muhammad Hasnain, once again with all of you people, and today I've once again brought you people back to one of our one and only special course for all of you people. Special. So we are going to study something that has to do with the tongue today. So you are going to know just in some time that what are we going to study. So our 30 days crash course, and we are at day 6. So lately we had a lot of things that we have studied in the past because it has been literally 5 days. So we studied first of all about the major structure or the basic structure, which was subject plus verb plus object, both in passive and active voice. And then after that we studied a little bit more about the articles, their pronunciation, vowels, and many more things regarding those articles, which was specifically about a and an, and we also learned about some other things during these videos. We learned about positive, interrogative, and negative, these type of sentences and WH questions. We also learned about vocabulary building. So there were some major pillars I told you that will help you in learning. So tell me, what were those things? Write it down in the comments. It will help you a lot. So what we are going to learn today will be very important for all of us, because this is one of the most important topics in all of English language. There are major sub-skills in any language, which is pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, then there is speaking, writing, listening, and reading. These are the major sub-skills that we have. These 7 are the major ones. And today I'm going to teach you one of them, which is pronunciation. Yeah. So let's go back and let's see what pronunciation is. So let's get into it. Improving pronunciation. Pronunciation. So let me tell you one thing. We all know about many things. I'm going to tell you about accent, about natives, and how the theory of fast and slow works. But first of all, let's just learn a few things. Lots of people say pronunciation, which is wrong. It is pronunciation, nunciation, because the spelling is also like that. Pronunciation, crash course. It's not crash, it's crash course. Now, you might say that I'm kinda wrong because I'm speaking in a different accent. There are now accents: American, British, Australian, Russian, even Pakistani accent. We have Pakistani and Indian accents. We have these both. In Pakistani accent, we say P instead of F. So we say perfume. We do not say perfume. We say pan. We say these type of things. So we replace P with P with F and F with P. This is specifically KPK accent in our language. When we are in our academy, our teachers used to say that it is Charsadwal accent, perfume. He used to just joke, it is not Charsadwal accent. Charsadwal people speak actually better than most other people. It's the major city people that speak the worst accent, which is not Pakistani, not American, nothing. It is a weird accent. But that's just a joke. We are take that a little bit else. Now, if you remember in our past video, we talked about vocabulary. So lots of people say vocabulary. It's not vocabulary. It's vocabulary. Vocabulary na de. See, it's vocabulary. Vocabulary. It's not vocabulary. Yeah, vocabulary. U is there. U is something that is existing. So we will pronounce U, which is vocabulary. It is like that. So after that, we have a lot of words that we use, but let's get into the topic of, we know that pronunciation, you're going to find Google, you're going to find thousands of videos about words that you do not know how to pronounce. In your next video, you can tell me in the comment box about some words that you cannot pronounce. I'll pronounce them for you in the next video. Not crash course video, a separate video for your comments. Now, we know about these things, we know about this, but how to sound like a native? Native. You see, there are many factors that make a person that is native better than us. First of all, how do we see them being fast? Even though they are not fast, but they just seem to be more faster than what we are used to. Now, as I said it now, this is fast. Saying something fast is different than saying something in short. They say things a bit different. It sounds a bit different and it is a bit different. As far as I have concerned, I am not a native. I have learned English language not even as my second but as my third language. I have learned it. So you see, like for example, give me a sentence. I want to read a book. So natives will say, I want to read a book. I want to read a book. Reader, reader, D-A-D-A. I wanna read a. So it's simply like this. You wanna read a. This is connected. You just connect D with A and you turn want to into wanna. I wanna read a book. I wanna have a cup of tea. Now that became too much weird. I started to say a little bit of a British. For example, there is the word bitter. So it is not bitter. Natives will say bitter. Bitter. That is British, and bitter. 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 Yeah, bitter. The butter was bitter. Oh, I have a tongue twister for you people. Bitty Botter bought some butter, but the butter was bitter, so Bitty Botter bought some better butter. You can say this 3 times in the comments and I will be amazed that if you are good. Tell me if you can say this. Bitty Botter bought some butter, but the butter was bitter, so Bitty Botter bought some better butter. Say it behind me. So just like that, there are many words that they say a bit short. I will go shopping. Yeah, I want to go shopping, for example. I wanna go shopping. So, sorry, for example, I'm going to shopping or I'm going to do shopping. So I'm gonna do shopping. I'ma do shopping. There are 2. Now even the smaller version, which is ama. Ama or I'm ma. There are many ways you can write it, but it's not a rare word, so you cannot write pronunciations. But I'ma do some shopping. I'ma do some shopping. Shopping. Sorry, shopping. I'ma do some shopping with us. So you can also say, I'ma go do some shopping. I will go do some shopping. I'ma go do some shopping. You can say, I'ma go shopping. Hey, you wanna go shopping? Shouldn't you be going to? You shouldn't be going to the jail. So you make contraptions. I'm gonna catch you later. Catch uni. Catch you later. C-A-T-C-H. Catch you later. Later. I'ma catch you later. And now we do not say I will. We say I'ma catch you later. I will catch you later. So we say I'ma catch you later. I'ma meet you later. We say it like this. So there are a few factors that make things that are short, things that are not fast, sound like fast. Now actual fast thing is like, for example, the tongue twister I taught you people, which is Bitty Botter bought some butter, but the butter was bitter, so Bitty Botter bought some better butter. Now this was fast. But if you say Bitty Botter bought some butter, but the butter was bitter, so Bitty Botter bought some butter. Now that became a bit more British, but it was incorrect, of course, because it was not the correct tongue twister, but it was more of a tangled version of it. So some things are actually fast and some things are more of a contracted version of the normal things. Like in reality, you do not write won't. or things like that. And the learners of English language also don't use the word won't, shouldn't, wanna, gotta. They do not use these words. Now why? I don't know. They use the full version of everything. So if you want to sound more native, you can use these versions, these ways of speaking a better English language. Now the third thing that is very important is accent. Accent can vary a lot. There will be a lot of things that are different in accents. So you first of all have to choose what accent you want to learn. Now I can speak two accents, British and American. Now American is a bit different, but I will not teach here American. But American is a very great language. You will learn a lot of things from American language, okay? Now what accent was I speaking in? This is our cultural language. This is our Pakistani accent, or especially Peshawari accent, I can call it. So accent can vary a lot. Now some are real language accents, like British, American, Australian, Russian. These are some Italian. Amigo, today I am going to do some souping. Do you want to come with me? This is now Italian or Spanish. Or for example, it's me, Muhammad Hasnain. Now this was what? This was our Pakistani version. Now, today I am going to do some souping. What was this? It could be a mixture. Who knows what accent a person is speaking? So first choose an accent. In Pakistan, the accent that is in books is British and that we use in speaking is American. So if you want to go, so you can choose American. But if you want to stay with British, so lots of people have problem. They say some words in British, some words in American. I'm going to represent American as A and British as B. Even the word British, some people say that they speak British accent, but they are wrong. In British accent, you pronounce the word British as British. British. You do not usually pronounce the T in it. You pronounce only and only British. But in American, British. You say it like that. For example, just joking, there was this thing that my friends were talking about lately. So there is a country named Niger. So they were just making some fun out of the country's name. There are some countries that people just laugh about, like Chad and Niger, these type of countries. So they were laughing about this. So I asked them, what are you people talking about? So they said the word Niger. It is a country. So I just thought, what would be the pronunciation of British and American of this word? So in American, you say Niger. But in British, you say Niger. I want to go to Niger. I will go to Niger. I will go to the state Niger. So you say ja. It's more of a G-A, ja. It's a G-A, ja. Niger in British and Niger in American, or Niger in American. So you have to choose one. If you choose one, then it is going to be a lot more easier to learn pronunciation for you people. And after that, finally, for pronunciation, you have to have a good background and environment. Now, if you're sitting in between doctors and you're sitting in between people that are very highly qualified, people like professors, as a child, I remember I used to be with teachers and learn with them, like teachers who have taught for like 10 years something. With professors, I used to sit with directors, with producers of films, etc. So I wasn't from a rich family. I didn't have a family that was American. I wasn't born in America or anything like that. But rather, the thing was that my family members, they don't even know how to speak this good of an accent or the language. But the thing is that even though they do not know how to speak that much of a good accent or anything, but I had a better environment than they had. I had an environment of my mother and father's working place. I used to be there, I used to learn from the adults. But now if you put a child inside of the society that every single other person roams around, what is he going to learn? He's going to learn abusive language instead of an actual accent. So, doesn't the environment vary? Doesn't the learning place vary? So various places can have various effects on students, various mood effects, various different things that you will learn, and various different things. Like for example, in Pakistan, students don't do this. The rate of things, for example, like, yeah, we can say that there are some people even in our country that have some problems, but mostly in abroad the problem of autism in children is a lot more higher, and not by a lot, I don't mean just a lot more higher. The problem of autism, if you do not know what autism is, you can search about that. But in Pakistan, children are open. They have a better environment. Now their environment is kind of more isolated. For me, I had a best environment. I had no isolation. I was not alone. Personally, I do like being alone. My favorite thing is to be a bit alone. I do not like being in front of strangers, and it is a little bit uncomfortable. But it's not like I'm a patient of autism, for example. I was outgoing as a child, so I learned in there, and I learned from my society how to be outgoing, how to be confident. Because in our society, children are way more confident than the children of abroad. Yes, of course, now children that are a bit more of, I'm not gonna say a bit more congested, but a bit more isolated children, like for example, in Urdu we say eklota. For example, those children, they are very isolated, so they are shy. But the ones that aren't eklota and have like brothers and sisters, and their parents don't give them that much value, they are outgoing, open, they talk a lot, they have the strength to talk. What their inside is showing them, they have the strength to do that. So these are the major things that you need to know for a great pronunciation, for improving your pronunciation. And I hope you people understood some things today. And if you didn't, I'm sorry for wasting your time. This is all for today. Thank you so much for being with me, and Allah Hafiz.